to Tom and Ben News United Kingdom, and in yet another breaking news this week, Paul Givan has resigned as the First Minister of Northern Ireland.
The move is part of the Democratic Unionist Party's protest against the Northern Ireland Protocol. Mr Givan's resignation automatically means Deputy First Minister Michelle O'Neill of Sinn Féin also loses her position.
For more on this, we are joined now by our political reporter, Sian Jones. Sian, noswaith i chi. What is the latest that you're able to tell us on Tom and Ben News United Kingdom?
Yes, hello Tom. Noswaith iawn unwaith eto I chi gyd. It has been reported recently that Paul Givan has indeed announced his resignation as First Minister of Northern Ireland. And the move is part of the DUP's protest against the Northern Ireland Protocol, which has caused havoc over the past several months or so. Okay, since you mentioned the Northern Ireland Protocol and the fact that you said that it's been causing a lot of havoc, could you explain to us why that's the case? Well, as we all know, the resignation is part of a protest the DUP is doing against the Northern Ireland Protocol. And the protocol was agreed by both the UK and EU to ensure free movement of trade across the Irish land border after Brexit. But unfortunately, unionist politicians have been critical of the arrangements, saying they are damaging Northern Ireland's place within the United Kingdom.
And finally, when will the resignation take effect, and what impact will it have on the upcoming election?
The resignation will take effect from midnight tonight, United Kingdom and Irish times. And in regards to the upcoming Stormont elections, well, Sinn Féin has called for an early assembly election as a result of this resignation. And so if the DUP don't pull themselves together, then there could be a possible chance of Sinn Féin winning the election, since they're like 8 points in front of them. But if all goes well for the DUP, then I guess they'll either be a single party government, or they'll have to team up with Sinn Féin, depending on whether or not they've got a majority.
Okay, that was our political reporter, Sian Jones. Sian, thank you so much for joining us. Diolch am ymuno â ni.
Thank you. Diolch yn fawr.
So now we believe that Paul Givan will resign as First Minister of Northern Ireland, effective from midnight tonight, United Kingdom and Irish times. And it's been reported that Sinn Féin has called for an early assembly election as a result of this.
We also now know that the move is part of the DUP's protest against the Northern Ireland Protocol, and that Mr Givan's resignation automatically means that Deputy First Minister Michelle O'Neill of Sinn Féin also loses her position.
The Northern Ireland Protocol was agreed by both the United Kingdom and European Union to ensure free movement of trade across the Irish land border after Brexit, but unionist politicians have been critical of the arrangements, saying they are damaging Northern Ireland's place in the UK.
Mr Givan said earlier today, today marks the end of what has been the privilege of my lifetime to serve as the First Minister of Northern Ireland.
He also said our institutions are being tested once again, and the delicate balance created by the Belfast and St Andrews agreements has been impacted by the agreement made by the UK and EU, which created the Northern Ireland Protocol.
He continued by saying, the consent principle is a cornerstone of the Belfast Agreement, and it is my earnest desire that all sections of the community will soon be able to give consent to the restoration of a fully functioning executive through a resolution to the issues
that have regrettably brought us to this point. Due to Northern Ireland's power-sharing arrangements, the roles of First and Deputy First Ministers are a joint office shared between the two biggest parties at Stormont.
Neither leader can stay in power if the other person resigns. In a press conference earlier today, Sinn Féin President Mary Lou McDonald said the DUP's actions have consequences and called for an early election.
She said, "We cannot stagger on in the months ahead without a functioning executive, and Sinn Féin will not facilitate this. In the absence of a functioning executive, an early election must be called and the people must have their say."
She concluded by saying, we can do so much better than this chaotic theatre. Mrs O'Neill said the actions of the DUP were a deliberate act of harm.
DUP leader Sir Geoffrey Donaldson accused the UK government of not protecting Northern Ireland's place within the UK internal market. He then continued on to say this commitment was the basis upon which he re-entered the executive in early 2020 and have participated in the political institutions since then.
He goes on to say, I warned that as leader of the DUP, I was not prepared to lend my hand to a protocol which so fundamentally undermines the Union and the economic integrity of the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland's position in it.
Finally, Northern Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis said the decision by the DUP to withdraw from the executive was extremely disappointing. He then went on to say, I urge them to reinstate the First Minister immediately to ensure the necessary delivery of public services for the citizens of Northern Ireland.
Our question to you is this. What do you think will happen to Northern Ireland's devolved government in the future? Comment down below or let us know on our Facebook page. The link to it is in the description below.
And the URL is www.facebook.com/TomandBenNews4UK. Anyways, that's all. That's the breaking news for today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Please subscribe and see you next Saturday.
Hopefully.
Ben, stop being an idiot.
I'm not being an idiot, Tom. I'm just hoping that we don't have to do any more breaking news specials before next Saturday, that's all.
Okay then.